Hello, everybody. Bobby here for Full Tilt Weather. We're going to be doing a little video here on possible tropical waves. Some could upscale worse than that. Possibly not. We'll see. So, we're going to run the American here a little closer. As you can see something distinctly here right away, Invest 93L is not in sight. Keep going, not in sight. Nowhere. Initiation models are believing there is next to no chance Invest 93L becomes a large problem. I do agree with that. And the reason being is, see all these stronger highs we're having across the United States? This has been a cycle and will continue to be a cycle over the next, let's say 3 to 3.5 months. This is about right now. Well, this is actually currently right now. I have a smaller low that could produce an isolated cell across Kansas and Oklahoma. It's possible. Chances are about 1.3. So that's the reason I really haven't done a forecast on that. The odds are extremely, extremely low. Some people say, well, you should do a forecast on anything capable. I've tried that in the past, and then, you say, well, it's an extremely low chance, and then, nothing happens, and you kind of start this little hysteria. So I'm like, well, if it can't move up to about a 4 to 6% chance, not really going to talk about it a whole lot. But here's the main thing we're dealing with right now. We're beginning to get cold air ejecting up out of Yellowknife, Canada area. This same storm moved just north of Juneau last night and is beginning to eject. Calgary in that area up here is beginning to get snow right now. Reports of 4 inches in Calgary this morning, just a couple of hours ago. The reason this is important is because this is a reinforcing high. Hurricanes, tropical weather, severe weather, almost any kind of weather doesn't survive in a high. So this is kind of like the mechanism that kills anything in severe weather. Well, no matter what kind of weather it is. The strongest hurricane in human history could come up against a high. That hurricane would be no more. The high would eat it. The strongest tornado on the planet could come up against a high, and it would be dead. But that's not really the way that works. But that's kind of the rough idea. So this is our protection layer away from possible tropical storms right now. So that's the reason I am so much worried about these highs. That's the main reason. And somebody might say this in the comments, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. Yes, a tornado couldn't be killed by a high, but the initiation and upscale thereof could not exist in the high. So, you would go from a day you could get a tornado to, wow, it's clear sky and really hot. Literally, that's kind of the difference. It does kill the tornado, but there's a lot more to it. But as we move forward here, as you can see, we're beginning to lock in this real strong high trough right here. And we're going to be ejecting moisture down along this line. Some severe weather through Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Eastern Tennessee, Western Tennessee, Western Kentucky, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, all the way up into South Carolina. Will will be becoming a trend towards the later part of this month. Very, very strong low powering this. This is a massive snowstorm for the northern part of the United States. But at this point, we're running 116s down in tropical area. So currently at this point, you would not have anything tropical be able to get much north of right above Cuba here. So you're talking maybe Key West. Right up in this area is about the furthest it could get. This is expected to continue through the cycle. Then we fold out, next severe weather chance coming in very late part of the month. We continue to go through this cycle. This is a very good cycle that could definitely end all these horrific, hurricanes we've been seeing lately. I mean, nobody wants to see them. I know I don't. I definitely love to be asleep instead of, waking up every hour to 3 hours on the end and, going over data sets and, 4 hours of crunching, then back to bed for an hour, right back up. I don't really want to be doing all that. But we're going to look here, right here. I didn't run this model any forward. This is that next one I was talking about in the last post on the page. Americans are beginning to think this is quickly to become a threat. Where this is trending, though, I don't know. So, this low right here is the dependent part of this at the moment, because you have a low right here from north of Toronto, a 1008 bracket pushing down to around Monterrey, Mexico. This stronger low in this depiction is predicted to open a slot for this, well, if we go by what the Americans saying, monster. This is probably not how things will go. I'm extremely confident this is not how things will go. I think this high will peak down more. Good chance this one could get deflected. Really good chance the next one won't even form up completely. Let's go ahead and look here at the other one. Invest 93L. So, as you can see, we have raised a little bit of temperature here on the coast. Even ship observation, buoy observations are all showing warmer water. This is all because this Gulf area is underneath a high right now. Highs bring hot weather. But these temperatures out here are not under a high. And them are really strong. The odds of this thing growing into a tropical storm trending about 42% currently. I do think them numbers could drop due to this high is going to have to flush to the east. Whenever it flushes to the east, if this thing doesn't slip under it, it dies. That's just the truth of the matter. The longer the high can stay in place in this area, the better chance of Invest 93L never becoming a tropical storm. As you can see, most of the models are pretty well putting it, South Florida area if you continue to follow the lines. I don't think this will be a terrific threat. I really don't. This next one that I'm projecting and have been projecting now for, 7 weeks? To come right here north of Nicaragua. This is the area right here. And these stronger temperatures, we're seeing 88 degree water temperatures, 86, 83, 86. So this is tremendously high. Makes for a very, very dangerous, explosive environment. It wouldn't take much to fire something off down there, tonight. I don't think it'll happen tonight. I really don't. I think it'll be somewhere coming into next week, probably. But this is definitely a watch area. And I'm not going to I'm not going to make accusations or say anything about where I think it's going. You've seen the GFS, the Americans. It's thinking somewhere up here in the panhandle of Florida. Looks possible. Moves over Charleston. That area. Savannah. I don't know. There's still a lot of questions to be answered before we start going into where this one's going. All these high brackets up here just, gonna play all kinds of hell with it. A lot of wind reports off of that little high bracket up there. They reported some hail. Chicago. Okay. Yep. And so all these reports right here are the leading edge of that high. So you're getting, 60, 70 mile an hour winds off of it right now. Well, 40 to 60s. And this is where it's actually doing it. Calgary, Edmonton, Saskatchewan. All of that area has seen some snow. That's not really that big of a issue for most people who follow my page. But that's kind of what we're looking at right now. I keep everybody in the loop, continue to work on numbers, and move forward on the possibility. But I really think there's a really good chance we get lucky here and both get 8 by the high. And, maybe we move out of season after this. That's really hard to tell because we're going through an equinox change right now. We have very hot water temperatures. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot to spark one up right now. That's just the way it is. But if we lock into a real ridged high, well, they'll just continue to fire. Weather nerds like myself will give them names and they'll deflect. That's definitely the cycle, we hope for. Nobody's getting anything destroyed, no damage, nothing. That's definitely the way you want it. But that's kind of what we're looking at. Hopefully that answers some people's questions. I've got a ton of questions on the page and Messenger. On all sites. I got quite a few people asking me questions on Twitter and Facebook. But this is kind of the scenario we're looking at right now. It definitely needs to be observed and watched. But I really think definitely this one, 93L, more than likely will collapse. The next one by Nicaragua, I don't know. It's all going to be according to that one low that I've been talking about for the past couple of weeks. And I don't think we can track it back far enough. That low is currently in existence. It's just north of Russia at this exact moment. That's the reason I'm sticking to my forecast with that, because that low exists now. I mean, same kind of cycle. So, north of Canada here, getting lows objecting, coming northern part of Europe, moving all the way around the United States, coming back up, dipping over Alaska, and coming back down. As you can see, we have numerous base lows here. ejecting out. Many of them are getting eat by this high cycle right now. And that's going to be the problem. If the high cycle does recede the way the Americans think, it could be a hurricane threat. I mean, I don't know. I really need to watch the trending for the next, week or two here and see how this goes. Or maybe let's say the next week. I have a pretty good theory probably in the next 4 days. But that's kind of what we're looking at, and I know I've dragged this on. I'm sorry. If anybody's still here, thank you for watching the video and listening to me ramble on. Everybody have a blessed day. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here.